Welcome to Lounge TV. I'm Larry. Oh, and there's Tom.
Yeah.
Sorry about the delay. You know what? I was waiting for you to say, and I'm Tom, but that would just be stupid.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
Get it together.
So I mounted my TV to the wall, right?
That you did?
I did this a while ago, and then I was like, I didn't think about the wires that would be hanging down. And we have, besides the electrical cord that you have to plug in, we also have 2 HDMIs that go in for our security systems, and what is that other one? It's for the sound bar.
Right.
What is it called? I think it's called an optical cord.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I was like, I don't want wires hanging down, and if you guys have a wall-mounted TV, so you know what that's like if you have the wires hanging down. But I wanted to see if
they've also seen like our TV out at the out on the deck that has all the wires behind that little cover you made for it.
Yeah, yeah. Although we don't have the HDMI running through there anymore.
Right.
And so I don't know. I don't even need that there. Because I don't run any of the wires there now because it's a smart TV, so it's just plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so with this we need HDMI and we need the sound bar. So I didn't think about hiding the wires, and I don't know if you guys have your TV mounted to the wall, if you like the wires there or not. I guess you get used to them after a while, I guess. So anyway, I went on Amazon and I saw this kind of cool thing to hide your wires. So I bought it. It's from Echo Gear is the name of the company that makes them.
Unfortunately, we're not sponsored.
Yeah, I think it was $40 or something like that, but well worth it. It's not that hard. So anyway, I'm going to show you. I already put it in, but then I found out, and this is one of the things that I'm trying to show you that you don't forget this. My cables weren't long enough.
Always plan out your setups.
So then we ordered longer cables, and guess what? They weren't long enough. Now, this one, which is this is the optical one that goes to this, is plenty long enough. This, especially because you got to remember that your TV's coming out, so that you can move it different ways, with the...
Right, and you have to keep in mind exactly where they all plug in.
Right.
Like so this TV, they all plug in on, if you're looking at the screen, on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So anyway, so I got I think we only had 5-footers? So then I got 6'6", these, and these are too short. So now I have to take them out. So I took this one out of the wall already. So what this unit does is it's here, and it has an outlet in here. And it has a wire that goes, and it comes even with the drill bit to saw the size hole.
Oh, that's convenient.
Saw the size hole you need. Yeah, see, as you can see down here where this one is. And then, so the electrical wire runs down from here, down into here, and that's where you plug in your TV to your outlet. Now, we have a mess of a wires back here. And
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. So now I had to take that out of the wall because it would have been too hard for me to fish these out, to these wires. And I don't want to take this one. I'm going to try to do this without taking this one out. So I bought 10-footers. And you have to remember that, okay, so it's only a distance of 4 foot from there to that hole. So you wouldn't think, okay, how much do you need? 2 foot, right? That'd be 8 foot. Well, right. I got 6'6". So the next size, we got the next size up, which is 10-footers. So what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to try fishing this down, is I'm going to duct tape this to this one like this, right?
Okay.
And then...
Oh, I think I see what you're doing.
And then pull it through, yeah. So, and duct tape could be a pain in the neck, but I'm going to try it anyway. So what I'm going to do, because you don't want anything that's going to get snagged up on it. So I'm going to kind of go like that. And then I'm going to put this one, I know it's turning the wrong way, right? So you can't see. I'm going to put this like that. And I'm going to put that like that on there, like that. And then I'm going to take another piece. And that's basically so it won't rip apart. And then I'm going to take another piece like this and just go the other way. Like that. And then I'll have the fun part of taking this off. I would use painter's tape, but I'm afraid that the painter's tape wouldn't be strong enough.
Right, and you want that to be.
So I'm going to find out which one this one is. I think it's this one. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to pull this down like this, but up here I'm going to have to kind of work that through there, and then I'll pull this down like this. Once it gets to a certain point, I should have no problem, unless it gets hung up. Then I got a problem. And here we are.
There it is.
Yep.
And look at how much extra cable we've got.
Yeah, and it has to go all the way over there too, so I'll be pulling a little bit back that way after I get done. And like I said, and now comes the fun part.
Finding the end of the duct tape and actually taking it off.
And taking it off, yeah. Now you could fold it over so that it's not as... Yeah. And I don't know what Jeff's video was about. He just did a video about duct tape, right?
Oh, yeah?
And I forget what it said. It said, I don't know if the title said something about like, it's not a fix for everything. Pretty much.
It kind of is a fix for a lot of things.
Yes. You can use it in so many different ways, and that's what's cool about duct tape. And see, got that all fine. I left the plastic thing on there just so I didn't get any wallboard dust or anything in there.
That's smart.
So that's not too bad. And there's the cord I had, which you thought would, I would have thought that, but because it's going this way and this way and this way, it's better to have too much cord than not enough cord.
Right, because you also kind of got to factor in there, like, okay, there's a visible cord behind the wall, but then it still has to come out and connect to the other things.
Yeah. And you can always have too much, like, hanging down there or whatever, where it's going to be hidden.
Right. Or like once you get them plugged in, you just like kind of cram it back up into the space.
So now I gotta hope that the other one works just as smooth now. And I'll do the same thing over there. I like this. I mean, I had the wires down before these came in and everything, and it didn't bother me that much, so it might not bother you to have your TV like that. But if you'd like to hide them, let me tell you, this is like one of the easiest methods how to do it. And,
seems like it.
And if you didn't have too short of cables and you were only doing it the one time, you would be doing it when this is out still. So it makes it even easier to get that wire down. Because so what you do is you get this wire when it, you push it through until it comes down there. And let me just show you, because I have something right here. You just take a piece of wire like this, right? And you bend it like that. So you can just go through the hole and find it and pull it out.
Oh, there you go.
It's that easy, yeah. The reason why I have this out is because, let me just show you let me show you on this thing. So on this, when this goes back into the wall, it has these little arms right here. So when you tighten this screw up, it's going to come out like that. And that's what's going to hold it on the other side of the wallboard.
Ah.
Yeah, so I had to take this off to show you guys, and then this has a little plate that snaps on there too that I have to, so this cable that I just put through here has to go through this too. You don't want to forget to do that.
That would be a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. You don't do it like that.
Don't do it like that?
No, because I forgot to put it through this first. There's a little slot back here. That you put this through here first.
And
like
then
this.
through the other one.
Yes, and then through that. But, and I will be pulling it back up a little bit too, because I don't need this much on the bottom, I need more up on the top.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to take this out so I could it'd be easier, because I don't think I would have ever been able to pull that down through that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I unscrewed these, I unscrewed one too far. This little plastic thing fell down all the way to the bottom.
Ah.
That little wing. And so what I did, I had this wire, and we have this stuff. Let me show it to you. I know I keep disappearing. We have this stuff, and it's some kind of 3M stuff. It's very sticky.
Some kind of putty.
Yeah, and the more you work with it, the stickier it gets. But we use this for like our candles and stuff like that, like something that is temporary and it doesn't take paint off, even though sometimes it does.
Right, but it's also like if it leaves behind small bits, you can just use a bigger chunk of it and yank the bits off.
So what I had done is I took this, I put it on the end of this, like that, and then I got it kind of flat like a shoe almost. And I went down the hole to the bottom.
Just kind of pressed on it and pulled it up?
Yeah, the hard part was to find it.
Yeah.
And once I found it, I kind of pressed on it and it came right up. So I was like,
nice.
I mean, I could have probably put it in with 2, but 3 would be more secure, so.
Of course.
All right, so now what I want to do is the exact same thing with this cable. Make sure you do the right cable because you don't want to do the wrong cable.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't want to take out the wire that you just put in, although it's kind of easy to tell because the longer one's the right one.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing now with this other cable, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so that didn't take very long at all. So I have them all through here now and through this. So now we're going to put this back into the hole like that, and there's 3 little screws in there. One here, right? I want to try to get this, if you can, try to get it turned the right way like that. And now I'm just tightening these screws up until they get completely tight. Okay, there's one. Can you see, Tom?
Yeah. Took a little bit to focus, but I got it now.
Okay. And you just tighten them completely up like that. And I got one more here on this side. If it turns, it doesn't really matter if this whole thing turns a little bit and it's not straight up and down. That don't matter. Just make sure that they're all tight. There we go. All right, so then you take your little thing here, and there's a little groove in this, and you can tell that the groove goes down, right? And then you're just going to push this thing and try to get this thing on. If it's in the right spot, I can't tell. There it is. There it is, and it just snaps on like that. There you go.
I was worried that something fell off again.
Not yet, nothing fell
Because that
off.
sounded very like,
No, that's just
snapped off.
That was just how it snaps on. Whew. Okay, so now these cables, I definitely want to pull these.
Well, you should probably plug them into where they need to go first,
Yeah, I am
right?
going to, but I want to pull them up a little bit first now before you get to that point. Because I don't need them. I don't need them real long.
Well,
Here.
right, but why not plug them in while you have the extra room and then pull them taut
Okay.
after?
Just zip it. What? All right. So now you want to go down here. You don't want to go over this thing. You want to go in between here in the wire so that it's not in the way when you're pulling it out and folding it up. You know.
Makes sense.
Okay. And then now we're gonna go this. Pull this like this. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to get this at all. Okay, so here's the optical one, and here's my cords here.
We'll be able to see exactly where you're plugging them into, but
No,
I think we get the idea.
well they're right here, so I just gotta make sure that these are, Let me try to get this in here. Doesn't matter which ones I'm plugging them in.
Not really.
Tom will figure out which ones went where. Okay. Man, I wish I could turn this light on right here, but I can't because, see, and I want slack in this. I don't want it to be real tight,
Right.
right? Because, I mean, this TV can come all the way over this way still like this, right? So you see how, like, I still have play in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you want play in these. You don't want them to be too tight. All right, so that's about good, because the most that we're ever going to do is we're going to have it like that for like when somebody comes over, we're watching a game or a fight or something like that, we can have it like that.
Yeah.
I think I have to pull this optical cord just a little bit out of here, because and you're going to have to feed, because don't forget, this is getting pushed back. So I need more at the top than at the bottom. There we go. Now there's plenty of play. Try to get it to play to be in your TV where you think, yeah, that's basically as far out as we would go this way. So that's be the furthest that it's going to stretch at the top. That's where you want to get the top wires to be. And then you can just put the TV back to where it needs to go. Make sure everything's back here is proper. It's very difficult to push your TV all the way back. Let me push this in a little bit so I can get there. There we go. There we go. I believe that's, yeah, that's as far back as it goes. So there we go. You can't see any of the wires.
All right.
Perfect. Now I can plug in the wires in the back here, which I don't need to show you that because you won't be able to see it anyway. One of them's going in this one, and one of them's going to our other system.
And we'll figure out which is which.
Right,
later.
and I have plenty of slack here, so that won't be a problem at all. I'm just going to make sure that I have it in there far enough, and then I can push this back to where this is going. Hide all them wires underneath. This has to go a little bit this way. Try to center it with my TV.
It's like there's no wires at all.
And I think it has to go a little bit this way now. Yeah, right. There's no. That's what I'm saying. That's why I love it, because now you don't see any wires. Let's make sure it turns on. Yep, there we go.
And it works.
It works. So yeah, so it's pretty easy. Like I said, it's called Echo Gear. I think anybody can put that in, really. It's not very difficult at all. And it's all you need is a drill, because it'll come with the drill bit itself to cut that hole. And then it's just pulling
And a
things
little bit of
through.
patience.
Yeah, have a little bit of patience. Grab yourself a beer while you're doing it. Sit back and relax. Well, you can't relax. You got to finish your job first. Then you can sit back and relax.
Right.
Anyway, I hope you guys like this commercial. Commercial.
I was gonna say we're not actually sponsored.
It was like a commercial though, right?
Kind of.
But I hope you liked that. I mean, on a how-to, it really didn't take that long. Even the other parts that I did before that you didn't see with the cutting the hole and all that stuff, but that's pretty self-explanatory. All you got to do is you put one. Matter of fact, it came with instructions that shows you exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. It's very, very simple, guys. Till next time, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet up and relax. I'll meet you at the lounge. Probably doing a project because that's the time of year. It's too cold to do anything outside, so I'm just doing stuff inside.